What's up, book nerds? My name is Tara, and these are my Friday reads. So I'm currently reading one book in print, one book as an audiobook, and one book as an ebook. The first book I'm reading is the one that's taking the most of my attention, and that is The Secret History by Donna Tartt. If you are not familiar with this book, it is a very long novel about boys at a Vermont boarding school and the mysteries and secrets of which they get themselves involved while they are there. It took me like a year to actually sit down and really commit to this book because as an audiobook it is 22 hours long, but at this point I am flying through the final pages of it because the story has just become so gripping. And I think this was recommended to me by my best friend, or one of my best friends, Lizard, Eliza, who is actually going to be a bridesmaid in my wedding in the fall. And she said, if you like Harry Potter, you will like this book. And while I can see where that comes from, I don't know that I would exactly say that, but it's definitely a great read. And if you love boarding school books, it's definitely something you'll want to check out. The next book I'm reading is an ebook. It's an ARC I received called Wink Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tuchholk. And this is a weird title for a book, but it's actually quite interesting thus far. I'm maybe 25% of the way through. I keep falling asleep every time I try to read before bed, which is when I mostly read ebooks. The characters are actually the name of the book. So there's a character named Wink, there's a character named Poppy, and a character named Midnight. And one of them is a hero, one is a villain, and one has a secret. And the premise of the book is that you don't know who, you have an idea, you think you know who is which person, but it actually is going to flip itself on its head by the end of the story. So far it's reading just like a contemporary novel, but I imagine there's a little more mystery and intrigue to come as it picks up when I get further into the book. And finally, I would not be a PhD student in the middle of her dissertation proposal if I wasn't also reading some sort of academic ebook. And this week it is New Literacies, Everyday Practices and Social Learning by Colin Lancashire and Michael Noble. This book is fundamental to a lot of the work that I do. And even though my dissertation is pretty open, it's going to be an ethnography of BookTube, I do think that there are a lot of interesting things going on with new literacies, which are the literacies that go beyond the traditional schooling literacies to things like digital media content creation and knowing how to navigate social media networks. So it's all of those literacies beyond just traditional print and page that we typically think of. So that's what I'm reading on this Friday. I have probably already spent 5 or 6 hours heavily engrossed in books at this point in the day, and I'm sure there will be many more hours spent in books as the day continues. And as I'm reading away in a sad corner of my house at some academic work, I would love to hear from you what you're reading on this Friday, what you're in the middle of, what you're loving, or if you've read any of these books and have thoughts on those that you want to share. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.